We are going to edit this photo right now, so I have nothing to do. So yeah, let's get started. So first of all, we are going to adjust the highlights on my skin. So let's turn on the highlights down a little bit, put up the shadows to keep up, and put the blacks on. I don't like I prefer blacks of instead of contrast a little bit, so I will still add a little bit of contrast there. So yep, before after, not a whole lot of difference, but yeah, pretty happy with it. So now we are going to white balance is okay, the whites are white, the blacks are black, and we are going to add vibrance. I prefer vibrance over saturation, but I don't leave saturation behind. So we got yellowish skin there, not quite orange, so we are going to turn the oranges more to the red, add a bit of saturation and luminescence. And in Huawei, for some reason my skin is being registered as yellow, I don't know why. So we are going to play around with this, reduce the saturation and put the brightness up. This is I'm teaching you like the way I do it. My process is not very specific, I just go with the flow. I already did this before and the video sucked because the audio was awful. Now I'm trying to hold my phone steady, so my mask is too distracting. So the color, I mean, you can use this, you see here, you can use this and change whatever you want. I want to saturation, touch the color you want and it will change the color, but I prefer to go manually. And yeah, so there is some trash on my hair there, so we are going to solve that later. So now the hair is done and the skin is done. We are starting to see more of a difference now. Normally this is where I would start adding masks right now to make the image more pleasant, but right now we are going to do something different, kind of like color grade. We are going to make some teal and orange stuff here. So what teal and orange is like color grade in your image with orange and teal colors. We are going to add oranges on the highlights. I prefer on the highlights because that's where my skin tones are mostly. And we are going to add the teals to the shadows. And we are going to play with balance to add more of one thing than the another. And I prefer more blue, but my skin is going away, so I'm going to recover my skin by putting more saturation and a little bit more bright vibrance. And now we are going to be on the oranges, play around with it a little bit till I find the perfect thing. Nice. So I'm okay with that. We are going to add sharpness now. So normally we'll do this, but nah, I don't like to do it too much, so I'm going to add mask so that it will only add the areas that I want, which is those white things there. So yeah, I want sharpness to be there only, so yep, that's nice. Noise reduction, I like to add a little bit of noise reduction and color noise reduction for just for safety, and a little bit of clarity won't do any harm. And now we are going to go to masks. Now everything from now it's going to be paid things, only the things that you will get if you get the paid version of the Lightroom, which is a subscription fee. So we will start with the masks. First of all, I'm going to get the gradient masks and cover up this place here, which I don't actually need. So I'm going to darken this place. I don't need that place. I wanted to crop, but I feel like darken it, it's the better thing to do. So yep, darken it. Now I'm going to make a circle around the light because the lights are not orange. I want teal and orange, but there is no orange on the lights. And want to make it look like in the movies or something. So normally what the person would do is just to raise this or change here, but playing with the temperature is more like, yeah, I think it's better. Yeah. So normally you would only add like temperature, the warm, like push it to the warm side, but you will also change like the tint a little bit to the purple, so it makes the orange more pleasing. And I would will also remove some sharpness to give something like a glowing effect or something. So yep. And I'm going to further down the feather on this thing to 100%. So I'm pretty happy with this. And yeah, now we are going to darken certain parts of the image. So I'm going to make a radial mask around my face, and I'm going to change to invert it. To do it just for the outside, you just long press and invert it and change the exposure down a little bit. So yep, somewhere around there, and make a gradient mask for this side, because the right side it's darkened but the left side it's not. So I'm going to darken a little bit this place. And yeah, yeah, I'm happy with it. So I think there is too much sharpness here, so I'm going to reduce it. Yeah. So this is how I edit my photos. This is the final thing that you'll get. Oh, sorry, I still want to remove that thing in my hair. So let's do this. We have, I mean, I don't, if when it comes to removing things on the photo, I usually use a Snapseed, but we are going to use the healing brush that comes with the paid version of the Lightroom. It sucks, but whatever. I just want to do something simple. So my problem with it is that I need to do things manually, and with Snapseed it's just automatic. It's not very pleasing to do it here. So I wanted to remove that Powerwall adapter thing there. So let's do this. Done. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And yep, this is the before, this is the after. This is not how I usually edit my photos. I don't use presets most of the time. I have working presets. I am working in presets, but this is kind of like my process to edit, not how I edit. Like, I don't have a specific way to edit a photo. So thanks for watching. Follow me on Instagram.